सुप्रभात, नमस्कार। वेलकम to the program ज्ञान से कल्याण. My dear friend, today we are proceeding to our program Accountancy Fundamental. Today we are going to discuss the various concept of accounting which is related to not for profit organization, and this is used for NGO, non-governmental organization. So today is the very special one. We are going to start our this process with questions and answers, and we will also discuss the various terms used in accounting. If we are understanding the terms used in accountancy, we will able to understand the various implications and applications of accounting process. So, my dear friend, welcome to this new and very unique program. So here, very small multiple choice question is given, and its answer is also I will provide. So first and very important question, which of the following names is not associated with the income statement? So my dear friend, in case of the non-profit making organization, the organization which is not meant for profit have to maintain three basic accounting statement. The first one is receipts and payment account, second one is income and expenditure account, and third one is the balance sheet. So we have already discussed there are two types of the business organization. The first one is profit making organization, and the second one is non-profit making organization. So today we are going to discuss non-profit making organization. So here the question is which is not associated with income statement. So here the B part is the answer, that is the statement of financial position. The profit and loss account and statement of operation is related to the income statement, but the financial position statement, that is also called balance sheet, is not associated with income statement. So next very important question, this is again very important for clarifying our concept. The income statement heading will specify which of the following. So my dear friend, so in case of the balance sheet, it is a point of time, but in case of income statement, it is a period of time. It is covering whole of the year, but the balance sheet is prepared at the end of the year. So the correct answer is B1, a period of time. The next third one is amount earned by a company in its main operating activity or revenue or gain. So here revenue is the correct answer. Next, fourth multiple choice question is a company disposes of equipment that is no longer used in its business. The amount received by company is more than the amount the asset is carried at the accounting record. The company will report. So it is gain. The B1 is the correct answer. So next, which basis of accounting best measure profitability during a short time interval? So my dear friend, accrual basis is the correct answer. So A is the correct answer. So another question is, another name of the balance sheet is statement of operation or statement of financial position. So the correct answer is statement of financial position or balance sheet. So next, the balance sheet heading will specify A, period of time, B, point of time. So correct answer is B, point in time. The next question, which of the following is a category or element of the balance sheet? So liability is the correct answer. So this is the element of balance sheet. Expenses, gains and losses is shown in the income statement or profit and loss account. Next question is, what is the normal balance of an assets account? Debit or credit? So correct answer is A, that is the debit. All assets balances are debit balances because of the fact when we have recorded the transaction, when assets is purchased, we are debiting the assets and crediting the cash or other. If we have purchased on credit, we are crediting the party account. So the correct answer is debit, A. Next question, what is the normal balance of liability account? So the liability account balances are always credit balance. So correct answer is B. Again, now we are proceeding to the little bit long term answer. This is very important for the examination purposes as well as understanding purposes. So first question is, what is the accrual method of accounting? So there are three types of method of maintaining accountancy. The first one is cash basis, second one is accrual basis, and third one is the mixed basis. This is comprising both of the type, that is accrual and cash basis. So here very brief answer is provided. The accrual method of accounting reports revenue on the income statement when they are earned, even if the customer will pay 1 month after or later on. So outstanding expenses and prepaid expenses which are not yet received or services are provided are recorded in case of accrual basis. So next question, very important. What are debits and credit? This is the basic one. So we must understand it. So it means that every business transactions will affect a minimum two accounts. In the double entry system, we are recording two sides, receiving and paying. What received and what paid. So both of the side are recorded. One of the account will be debited and another account will be credited. The amount entered as debit must be equal to the amount entered as credit. So debit must be equal to credit, and this is the accounting equation as well. Assets is equal to capital plus liabilities. So next question is, what is cash basis of accounting? So an accounting method wherein revenue are recognized when cash is received and expenses are recognized when it is paid. So next, what is deficit? This is term used in place of retained earning when the balance in the retained earning account is negative. A debit balance of profit is called deficit, or we can say when our expenditure is more than revenue, this is debit, a deficit. This is called deficit. Next very important question, what is economic entity assumptions? So we are recording on the basis of the various concept and conventions. Though accounting entity assumption is very important concept in accounting, and all the accounting principles and rules and regulation conventions are the grammar of the accounting. This we have already seen in our previous presentation. So here, what is economic entity assumptions? So very small answer. We are here providing an accounting principle guideline that allows the accountant to keep the sole proprietor's business transactions separate from the owner's personal transaction, even though a sole proprietor is not legally separate from the owner. So here owner is different and the business is different. We are recording all the transaction of business in the books of the business. We are not recording in the books of the owner. Owner may have a lot of money, a lot of activity, but only those activity which are concerning, related to the business are recorded in the books of the business. So next question, what is historical cost? The original cost incurred to acquire an assets is called historical cost. This is just opposite to the replacement cost, current cost, or adjusted cost by general price index. And we may say whatever we have paid out of our pocket is called the historical cost. For example, if we have paid for a machinery of rupees 5 crore, that 5 crore will be recorded in the books, and that is the historical cost. What is liability? Obligation of a company or organization or amount owed to lender and supplier. Liability is also called payable. Liability also includes amount received in advance for a future sale, for a future service to be performed. So liability are the resources which we have acquired, and the owner's contribution, that is called capital, is also regarded as the liability for the business. When business ends, the amount is paid to the owner. So example of liability may be bank loan and the loan taken from the owner's friends and relatives, and the debentures, all the secured and unsecured loans, creditors, bills payable, outstanding expenses. So these all are the examples of the liability. What is matching principle? The principle that requires a company to match expenses with related revenue in order to report a company's profitability during a specified time interval. Ideally, the matching is based on a cause and effect relationship. So when we are paying something, we are receiving something. If we have paid, that must have some reason for the payment. So this is called cause and effect relationship. Sales cause the cost of goods sold expenses and the sales commission expenses. So this is the example of matching principles. What is non-profit making organizations? Very important questions. So organization which are set up for providing service to its member and the public at large, at general, is called non-profit making organization. The basic purpose of this type of organization is not to earn the profit, but to provide these services to the society. So here some of the examples are provided for the better understanding. Clubs, charitable institutions, schools, religious organizations, trade unions, welfare societies, and society for the promotion of art and culture. Services in the main, providing services is the main objective, not making profit in case of this type of organization. So it has to maintain proper accounts and prepare the financial statement. Main accounts are basically maintained: receipts and payment account, income and expenditure account, balance sheet at the end of the every accounting period. Next very important question is, what are the main characteristics of non-profit making organization? So here some of the features and characteristics are given. Such organizations are formed for providing services to a specific group or public at large. So next feature is, these are organized as a charitable trust or society, and subscriber to such organization are called member. The third one is, affairs are usually managed by executive committee elected by its member. The main source of income are here very important: subscription from the members, donations from the public, legacies like donation of for the long term like assets, etc., grants in aid received from public or the government, income from investment. The next, the fund raised by such organization through various sources are credited to capital fund or general fund. The surplus is also added to the capital fund and not distributed among the member. This organization earn their reputation on the basis of their services to the society. The accounting information provided by the organization is meant for the present and potential contributors to meet the statutory requirements. So these all are the some features of non-profit making organization. So again, what are the different types of records maintained by not-for-profit organization? So basically, there are three types of the account: receipts and payment account, income and expenditure account, and balance sheet, as we have already discussed in our previous slide. The receipts and payment account is the summary of cash and bank transactions. It helps in preparation of preparing income and expenditure account and balance sheet. So this is the summary of cash book. So here a small example is given how we are preparing this receipts and payment account. So here debit and credit are there: date receipts rupees, date payment rupees. So here date April 1st, receipts are opening balance of cash, subscription, entrance fee, and membership fee. So these all are the receipts. Cash receipt we have debited it, and in the payment side there are payment of insurance, printing, postage, telephone. So when we are adding the total receipts, that is 1,80,000, and when we are deducting all the payments, we are getting the balance, that is the closing cash balance, and this is carried forward to the next period. And illustrative list of item of the receipts and payment account. So here one of the very important questions are also asked: what are the various items which are shown in the receipt side and payment side of receipts and payment account? So here illustrative examples are given. In case of receipt side, donation, general, that may be general or specific, entrance fee, legacies, sale of investment, sale of fixed assets, subscription from member, life membership fee, and sale of old newspaper. So these all are the receipts which we are showing in the debit side. And in payment side, all the payments, either it is for the assets or the revenue expenditure or capital expenditure, all type of expenditure are shown in the credit side. Like examples are given here: purchase of fixed asset, purchase of sport material, investment, printing and stationery, postage and carrier charges, advertisement, telephone charges, electricity, water, etc. So we are proceeding to the next question. What are the silent features of receipts and payment account? So here some of the examples are provided. It is a summary of cash book. It shows total amount of all receipts irrespective of the period. Period may be past or future or current. It includes all receipt. Either this is capital or revenue. There is no distinction between receipt payment made in cash through bank except balances. So in this case, no depreciation is shown. That is shown in income and expenditure account. It begins with cash balances and ends with closing cash balances. So next, what is income and expenditure account? This is the second very important account in case of non-profit making organization. It is the summary of income and expenditure for the accounting year. This is particularly for that particular year, that is the current year. This is just like profit and loss account. It shows the net operating result in the form of surplus or deficit, which is transferred to the balance sheet. Next one is, what is the difference between income and expenditure account and and receipts and payment account? So here some of the examples are provided. Basis of distinction, that is the nature. It is just like profit and loss account, that is the income and expenditure account, and receipts and payment account is just like the summary of cash book. Nature of item: in case of income and expenditure, all revenue items are shown, but in case of receipts and payment account, revenue plus capital, all types of the expenditure and income are shown. Period: this is for 1 month or 1 year, or this may relate to any year. In income and expenditure account, in debit side, all the expenditure are shown, but in receipt and payment account, all the receipts are shown. And in credit side, in income and expenditure account, all incomes are shown, but in receipts and payment account, all payments we are showing. Depreciation: in case of income and expenditure account, we are showing the depreciation in debit side. In case of receipts and payment account, depreciation is not shown. And opening balance: in case of income and expenditure account, there is no opening balances. But in case of receipts and payment account, there is opening balance of cash and bank. Closing balance: in case of income and expenditure account, either there will be surplus or deficit. If the expenditure is less than income, there will be surplus. If the expenditure is more than receipt, there will be deficit. And in case of receipts and payment account, closing balance of cash and banks are shown. Next, what is balance sheet? Very important. The balance sheet is prepared on the basis of business organization or the profit making organization and the same pattern. It shows assets and liabilities at the end of the year. Assets are shown in the right side and the liability are shown in the left side. Here a small format is provided in case of liability, and there is assets. So in liability side, capital fund, legacies, life membership fee, a special fund, donation, creditors, bank overdraft, outstanding expenditure are shown. And in case of asset side, cash in hand, outstanding income, prepaid expenses, stock consumable, investment, playground, furniture, machinery if there are any. Here a small test in the form of true and false is given. Very important. State region whether the following statement are true or false. Receipts and payment account is a summary of all capital receipts and payment. It is false because it is the summary of all revenue as well as capital receipts and payment. If there appears a spot fund, the expenses incurred on spot equity will be shown in the debit side of income and expenditure account. No, sports fund expenditure are deducted from the sport fund and it is shown in the balance sheet. Third, the balancing figure on credit side of income and expenditure account denote excess expense over income. So this is wrong. It may be excess of income over expenditure that may be negative or positive. This is partly true. Scholarship granted to student out of fund provided by government will be debited to income and expenditure account. So if this is the revenue, so this is true. Receipts and payment account record receipts and payment of revenue nature only. Yes, this is true. So there is another very important thing. There are some of the activity which are incidental to trading activity. Big club and big non-profit organizations are also managing and doing some trading types of activity for their members. So in that case, trading activities such as chemist shop, hospital, canteen, beauty parlor, etc. also organized for the members and the public at large. In such situation, trading account has prepared ascertaining the result and this is transferred to the income and expenditure account. So here most of very important terms introduced in this chapter and various terms we have used in these chapters are not-for-profit organization, receipts and payment account, income and expenditure account, entrance fee, life membership fee, special receipts, subscription, donations, incidental trading account, legacies, capital fund, accumulated fund, special purpose fund, endowment fund, payment of honorarium and government grant. So these all are the very important terms which are used in case of non-profit making organizations. So how subscription is calculated? So here subscription is very important. So to show this subscription in income and expenditure account, we are adding two items and we are deducting two items. As we have discussed in case of receipts and payment account, we are showing all types of receipts and payment and all income either that pertain to the past period or the future period. So here we are adding two items. The first item we are showing the amount as per receipts and payment account, subscription outstanding at the end of current year and subscription received in advance in the last year. So these two items are added and again two items are deducted, less subscription outstanding on the last year that is received in current year and subscription received in advance for the next year. So the result we are showing in the income and expenditure account. So my dear friend, here a very important suggestion is that you should also read the books provided by the NCERT and the books written by the T.S. Grewal, and you can also search from the Google so you can get better understanding of this subject. As hard you will labor, hard labor make you perfect and you practice more and more. Only the practice will make you perfect. Thank you very much.